Well, hey everybody, I'm Andy the Kenworth Guy. Thanks for coming by the channel today to check out what we have to look at. We are taking a departure from what the summer has brought, which is a lot of W900s. We are taking a look at, we're looking at a T680 today. So this is a sold unit. Being part of the Inland group here in Winnipeg, I actually had this truck transferred in from our branch in Langley, British Columbia. So I had this truck transferred in, driven over. It was the right spec for what the customer was asking for. And you know, we have lots of specs of different trucks here, but this is what he wanted. So Oleg and Tatiana, thank you for the business. Thank you for choosing Kenworth and for choosing me. So Oleg and Tatiana, thank you for the business. Thank you for choosing Kenworth and for choosing me. So let's talk a little bit about this truck. This is a 2020 T680 with a 228-inch wheelbase. It has a 13,200 pound front axle with drum brakes on the front end. Now looking up at the front here, it has the painted bumper with the fog lights. We also ordered this truck with the upgraded HID headlights, so it has the better headlight system in it, so the ones that shine really bright blue. We have an aluminum metal mesh grille, which is heavy duty, with the bug screen in behind the grille, and then we have the clips right here, and that is for the factory winter front. I love this center spear, just looks so good. The hood is a three-piece design hood, so if you do damage anything on the side here, you can just paint up to that seam right there without having to repaint the whole thing. The T680 also comes standard with a chrome bezel around the air intake. And then all the clearance lights on the truck are LED all the way around. We have the aluminum level 1 polished Alcoa rims. So those are the ones that you repolish. And then we had the full chassis fairings. That's what my customer wanted. He wanted to have a full chassis fairing on this particular spec. So that's what we brought in. We have a solid wall here with a vent. And on the back end here, we have the Alcoa rims as well. And these are the Kenworth 7-spoke rim. So just a different configuration for the rim bolt pattern, or the hole pattern there. Has the stainless steel quarter fenders as well, with the Kenworth AG 400L suspension. So that is the 4-bag with the trailing arm suspension. Now, up on the back of the wall here, we have load locks. So we can provide that right from the factory. Load locks, and then there's the glad hand controls right there. And then we have the vertical Bacchus sleeper exhaust with 7-inch tailpipe. Here we have the Yost fifth wheel. So this is a outboard mounted fifth wheel. So you can see here, it's mounted outboard, and it's about a 24-inch slide. We, in Manitoba here, I typically don't spec the Yost. It's usually the Hollands, but they're a nice lightweight configuration for this fifth wheel. Bridgestone M760 drive tires, so those are a nice highway tire. And then on the back here we have these painted mud flap hangers. Now this is the PACCAR axle. So this is the PACCAR drivetrain actually throughout the whole thing. So it's got a PACCAR engine, we'll look at that shortly, PACCAR transmission, and the PACCAR drives. So this is the true PACCAR drivetrain. And it is three-way locking differentials on this truck here as well. So we have a 110-gallon tank on that side. We have a 150-gallon tank on this side. And here's your exhaust port for the SPAR heater. On this side, we have a emergency door with the window in it. That window is optional, so you can just do the vent in the door or the window like it is here. And then you have your jockey box down below. I don't think I've opened the jockey boxes all that often in these videos, so I'll just show you guys. Oh, it was unlocked. There we go. So it is a nice full, there we go, just shining a light on there. It's full all the way across underneath, and there is a light that comes with it right there. There is also a little latch right inside here. When you pull that down, it unlocks this here. So I just don't want to open it right now. It's hard to do one-handed and down a fingertip. All right, so let's take a look under the hood here. I'll show you what we got set up. Comes standard with aerodynamic painted mirrors that are motorized and heated. So looking at these mirrors before we go under the hood, the top here is motorized. It goes both up and down, side to side. Ugh. It's not the virus, I promise. It's the sun, I'm squinting. You know, when you look at the sun, you get sneezing. That's what's going on here. Alrighty, so this one here is heated, but it is a manual adjustment. So you have to manually kind of, oh, again. Gee whiz, that's a manual adjustment there. Okay, let's open up the hood here. 37 pounds of pressure to open the hood. Drops down real nice, like so. Now under the hood, we have, like I said, the PACCAR engine. This is a 455 horsepower, 1650 torque. Works very good in the industry. It's pretty much the workhorse of all of our freight haulers. So the guy's doing just the reefer, the dry vans, bringing all the goods to all the grocery stores and stuff. This is just a really proven engine doing a great job. Great on fuel as well. On this side here, we have the heated fuel water separator. Here's your air chuck to fill up the air. We didn't spec this truck with the battery boost terminals or the release bearing, the grease port, but with the grease port, it's not really needed with an automatic transmission, so we don't need to have that. Access to the batteries are right under here. You just have these 6 bolts here to undo, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. You pull those out, and then this whole system just kind of slides out, and the batteries are all underneath there. As far as fluid levels in the engine here, we got your washer fluid, engine oil check, your fill, your fuel prime pump right there, fuel filter, and then up on the other side there is your coolant filter right there. We got fuses and relays right in here, really easy to access. You have a little pincher right there, and those can pop out quite easily, and then there's a list of all of the components. There we go. Let's go around the other side. Beautiful morning. It's a little crisp though, it's a little chilly. It's about freezing outside right now. Okay, so on this side here, we have, there's your coolant filter, there's your oil filters right there. One of them is the spinner, the centrifugal style. It's on the bigger one there. And then up here is your HVAC system. Easy to change, one-handed operation, no tools. There's your main filter. You can add a secondary filter below as well. If you are finding that the HVAC system is getting a little bit dusty inside the cab, change that filter. And when you're doing that, just give this thing a little flick. Somebody called this customer of mine, I was chatting with them, and they call that a pushnut. That's a French thing. I'm actually French, on my mom's side. So when he said a pushnut, I was like, okay, I know what he's talking about. So a pushnut, you just give it a little flick there. Right there you go. Word of the day, pushnut. Let's close up the hood and take a look inside the truck and show you what it's all about inside. Doesn't it look shiny? Doesn't it look good? Rob at Big Truck Detail, you can check him out on Instagram. He does a fantastic job. New trucks are not too difficult to shine up because they come up pretty good from the factory. He does a fantastic job on our used trucks too. So taking trucks that have totally, dull rims and the tanks have never been polished since they were new, he'll bring them right up. Just looks beautiful. Alrighty, so inside the truck here. So looking across the dash, we have your door locks, your window lift. What was that? You need to unlock your iPhone first. Siri's talking to me. You'll need to unlock your iPhone first. Okay, Siri, go away. Alrighty. We got your door locks, your window lift controls, your mirror controls right there. We ordered this truck with the rubber steering wheel, but it is still a smart wheel. So you have the radio controls right here, and then right there is your cruise control options. It is a automatic transmission, so you flick it here to go into drive, neutral, reverse. You can pull it towards you, or sorry, you push the button on the end here to go into manual mode, and then you can kind of paddle shift, holding a gear and so forth. Your Jake brake is also right here just by pulling that back. Now this is where your trailer spike used to be. It's now right there. It's been like that for the better part of a year and a bit. Down on the bottom here, we have your brightness adjustment for the dash. Here's your interior lights. And then there is your, for the cab that is. And then there is the switch for the exterior light test. These are the lights that are on the side of the sleeper, and then these ones are flush in the back of the cab. And then there's your standard gauge cluster, which has this control right here, which you can adjust when there's power on in the truck, which there isn't currently. We have the radio right there, so that's a CD player, Bluetooth radio with a USB plug-in and an auxiliary plug right there. Here is your, if you want to learn how to program this to your cell phone, I have a video that I've done. I'll try to remember to put a link up in the corner so you can check that out and how to program your truck. Engine fan, air traction control. This is your hill assist to shut it off. So when this is just left alone, the truck will actually hold the brakes for about 3 seconds, and then it'll start rolling back. But if you want to disable it all together, you can flick that, and then the hill assist is shut off. And the second you come off the brakes, it'll start rolling. So it is a nice feature to have enabled. Couple spares. There's your DPF switch, air suspension dump, power divider, forward diff lock, and then your air slide for your fifth wheel. Your heating controls are right there. And we have the 6 gauges optional, and then a storage pocket right there. Bunk lights, here's your fog lights, your clearance lights, and then your driving lights. Now this does have the Splendor interior. So it is kind of the dark gray door panel with the steel weave kind of right here. And then we have a leather seat for the driver's side. We have the Dura Supreme material for the passenger side. This is the GT701. So this is the base level seat that we offer for our 2.1 meter cabs. So you got a height adjustment, and then you have your lumbar support. Let's look in the sleeper here, show you what we got. So this is a rotating table right here. So you just pull that, and then you have a spot where you can have your meal and just enjoy that. Now we have a TV installed in this truck here already. So basically there's this little piece that you pull down, this guy right there, that unlocks it. And you can just pull that and adjust it wherever you like. So that's a nice little feature. And it does have a factory inverter. and then there's your 12 volts. So this is running off of the battery of the truck. So I'll just unplug that right now so it's not pulling juice out of the battery. Okay, you lock that in place like so. Down below here we have your storage, so you can order this with drawers or just with shelves. So this is the shelf configuration like so. And then up above here, this is where the microwave goes. I strap this in and then that's plugged in right there into the inverter, which is shut off right now. There's storage up above right there. It does have the upper bunk, which is easy to drop down like so. So there are shocks in there, just brings it down nice and easy. And then on this side, we have a big open closet. And then you got storage down there and there as well. Here is the factory fridge. It's a drawer style, so it pulls out. And then same thing with the freezer, it's right there. And this can come out as well. You unclip this, and then you slide the whole thing out, and then you have access to a larger fridge if you are not using a freezer. Down below here is a nice big storage area here. You fill it with cans or whatever, or here it's got the operator's manuals and so forth. And then on the back wall, right here, we have a USB charger. Charge up your cell phone, 12-volt charger. There's your inverter. If you want to turn that on, you basically just hold that and then it turns it on. There's your S-bar control right there. That's just to adjust your temperature. And then to turn the fridge on, there's a little alarm clock and a radio back here. You can lock the doors from the back, and then there's the night light for the floor, and then this is the sleeper lights there. This is an HVAC control for the truck when the truck is running, and the only way that this works is when this button here is on. Alrighty, so the microwave is beeping at us because the inverter is on now. So we'll just shut that off. Hold the button, there we go. It's off. Now I'll just lift up the bunk and show you how you do that. It's pretty easy. There's a little latch right here. You pull that, and then the whole thing lifts up. Has the shock supports to assist you with that. Now there's the factory inverter right there, and there is also a plug on the side of it, so you can plug in and run a cord. If you're running a CPAP machine or something like that, you can have that running as well. There is the HVAC system for the sleeper, and then their filter to change if you'd like to do that. All right, so that's it. That's it for the tour. Thanks for sticking around and watching the video. And again, a big thank you to Oleg and Tatiana for choosing to do business with me. Hey, if you are interested in seeing what we have in stock all across Canada, you can click up here on the link. It'll take you to my personal webpage at thekenworthguy.com. And on that, there's links to our inventory so you can see what we have new and used all across Canada here. Hey, and if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, click the link down below there and do the thing so you get notified. Click off that bell. So, hey, thanks for coming by. That's it for me. We will see you next week on next week's video. So have yourself the world's best day.